Hello, Crypto YouTube, Crypto Family. This is Crypto Farang, pre-recorded from Thailand. If you haven't done so already, please hop on over to Twitter and follow me at Crypto Farang. And as a reminder, I am not a cryptocurrency expert, a blockchain specialist, or a financial advisor. I'm just another digital asset maniac making YouTube content. And if you're new to the channel or returning, welcome. So glad you are here today. My last video was a little weird. Kind of went from comparing market sentiment from a year ago, fast forward to now. It kind of evolved into this nervous talking default to my inner conspiracy theorist slash anarchist, culminating into an unsubstantiated hypothesis about a blockchain initiated dystopian future. So if you had a chance to catch that one, welcome back. And I think it brings me to the topic of what is this channel about beyond cryptocurrency and digital assets. I'm not sure exactly what the vision for this channel will be. I think that will evolve and change, and I think it's good that we only have 15 subscribers while I work out the kinks. However, thank you so much for all of my 15 subscribers. You are awesome. Today I would like to talk about how I safely interact with and store my digital assets. But before we do, let's hop over and take a look at the market at 3:21 p.m. on Wednesday in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Well, the market is largely in green. Bitcoin knocking on 9,400 US dollars. XRP trying to cross the 24-cent mark. And VeChain is still trading relatively sideways. Now, there are lots of theories and ideas about how to safely interact with and store your digital assets. My attitude is that, at the end of the day, you have to do whatever you feel is right. Now, some people are strictly hardcore ledger wallets. Some people are very comfortable leaving their digital assets on exchanges. Over the course of the last couple years since I re-entered the market, I actually choose to store and stage my currencies across 3 or 4 different mediums. That's what I'm most comfortable with, and I will hopefully explain this in a coherent way. And so, first thing I want to talk about is now, when I re-entered the market in 2017, some of the digital assets that I was interested in were not supported on the Ledger Nano S. This is the Ledger Nano S. This is pretty much the industry standard cryptocurrency hardware wallet where you can safely store your digital assets offline, cold storage. Now, if you don't know, offline cold storage means that your digital assets are not connected to the internet. A hot wallet or online storage would be like an exchange or a hot wallet on your phone, something like this. Now, when I entered the market, if I recall correctly, XRP was not supported on the Ledger Nano at this time, and XRP was going to be the lion's share of my holdings, second only to Bitcoin. So what I decided to do, rather than invest in this Ledger wallet that was only going to be able to store 1 or 2 assets on, is I decided to basically make my own offline cold wallet. And I'll tell you how I did this. Is I got 2 or 3 USB drives. I encrypted them on my Mac with a passphrase that only I know, that I did not write down anywhere. And I found, for example, this open source wallet, this Ripix wallet, which you can use for XRP. And I created an account. I put the wallet on these hard drives, and each hard drive was a duplicate of the other. And so I had my Ripix wallet, I had an Ether wallet, I had a Stellar Lumens wallet, and these were all open source wallets that you could just download off the internet. And so I essentially created my own offline cold storage, because you could just take the USB drive out of your computer and those wallets are no longer online. In addition to these wallets, I also found some paper wallets to support some of the other digital assets. And so instead of physically printing these paper wallets, I just captured screen images of these paper wallets, and then I would, again, store them on these USB drives, each one being a duplicate of the other. And so now I have a handful of these USB drives encrypted, secure, offline, and I could store one in my sock drawer. I could store one at my mom's house, and I could store one in a safe deposit box at the bank. And voila, there you go. Offline cold storage, ready to go, and I've got backups, which is very important. So that was initially how I decided to safely store my digital assets. Moving forward, I have purchased a Ledger Nano S. And the reason that I've decided to also have a Ledger Nano is because I don't want all my, let's say, XRP on one offline wallet. I want to disperse them across a few different mediums. This is my fail-safe. If God forbid something happens and I'm unable to access one of these, I have the other. And so that is the thinking associated with having one or more mediums to safely store my digital assets. Ledger Nano S, you can buy these on Amazon. They're very popular and they're relatively easy to interact with. So not everyone is comfortable or able to create their own offline wallet like I did. I think the Ledger Nano S is a great solution. Now, what happens, let's just say what happens if you lose access to your offline cold storage, your Ledger Nano? What do you do then? Well, I mean, any number of things could happen, and you're basically screwed at that point. That's why I choose to store some of my digital assets on the exchanges. Now, Binance is no longer available to U.S. customers. You have to go to Binance.us now. But I do, and I am comfortable with storing a portion of my digital assets on the exchanges. And this is for a couple reasons. Number one, if something does happen with my hardware wallet, with my USB drives, well, I have some assets stored on the exchange. Now, I use two-factor authentication, which I think is extremely important if you're going to be staging assets on the exchanges, because exchanges do get hacked, accounts do get hacked. If you have the two-factor authentication on your phone, then at least you're covered. No one can log in without that two-factor authentication. And having some digital assets stored on the exchange, having already increased my withdrawal limits on a few of these exchanges, well, I'm in position now to sell some of my digital assets if there is a bull run, if there is a big run up, and I do have a cash out plan in place. So for me, I have the USB drives, I have the Ledger, I have the exchanges. Look, God forbid if one of the exchanges gets hacked, if one of my accounts somehow gets infiltrated, I have the other mediums as my backups, as my fail-safe. That's what I'm comfortable with. Now, some people would say you're insane for staging your digital assets on the exchange. There are lots of different attitudes and thinking around this. This is just what I'm comfortable with, and I hope that some of this information might help you to make an informed decision on what's the best way to store your digital assets. So again, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me on the video today, my new YouTube channel. This is certainly a work in progress, and we shall see how the channel evolves. If you haven't done so already, don't forget, please like, please subscribe to the channel, and as a reminder, please treat others the way that you'd like to be treated. And remember, crypto hindsight is always 20/20. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.